Good, beautiful morning, everybody, and welcome to the Friday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. My name is William Michael Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. And remember, today, this moment is a brand new day, and it's a brand new moment in your life. You can never experience the same moment twice. You can experience a memory of a moment, even right now, and think that this moment is like the memory. But for you and for everyone on this planet, today is literally a brand new day. And this is a brand new moment. And I want to welcome you to Shortcuts for Your Soul. It's our Friday Q&A day, so feel free to ask any questions you might want. If you have a question that you wish to have prioritized, you can feel free to use the super chat, or you can use the TikTok feature PayPal on my Linktree link if you want to ask a very personal or private question. And again, we'll get into this as we go forward. So we have been experiencing a huge influx of what people are calling cosmic radiation, gamma rays, photons, doesn't matter what you call it. We call it ascension energy. Ascension energy is a form of energy that comes from the sun, and it alters, affects, and changes all life upon this planet according to the nature and structure of that consciousness that the medium of this energy is passing into. What does that really mean? So whatever you're holding in your mind, whatever you believe in your mind, whatever you hold in your mind, good, bad, or not so good or bad, then you're going to have that amplified. So if you are caught up in a lot of fear or anger, that's going to be amplified with this energy. If you're caught up in a lot of love and joy, that's going to be amplified with this energy. Ascension energy transforms and changes life as we know it on this planet. Notwithstanding that we have other species on this planet playing games with humanity, we are doing pretty darn good in terms of what our possibilities are as a species, I think. It's an amazing thing. Also, there's a fascinating little hoax going around that I should remind you of, and be careful of hoaxes. Even the best of us can get caught aback by them. But there's a hoax about eating human flesh. A company in England apparently is producing skin cells that make meat in order to sell the humans to eat other human flesh. And it's a really well done hoax by a magazine and a media company in Great Britain. So keep in mind that there are hoaxes like that. But the question I always ask is, where are all the millions of missing people? I'm not saying, but I'm just saying there are millions of missing people. Anyway, let's go into this. It's a beautiful brand new day. Yeah, here. Good morning. Good morning. Remember to, if you like what you hear and experience here, please remember to like, subscribe, share this information in any way that you see fit with friends. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, get this information up and available to everyone. Now back to Ascension. There is no coincidence. If you look at the sun right now, if you look at the way the sun's working right now, it's firing off all kinds of what they call solar flares. These are actual compounds, physical stuff, form of plasma and other things that get ejected from the sun. We call it ascension energy because that stuff that comes from the sun alters and changes life on the planet as we know it from one state into another. Much the same way as you can change how you feel by altering your emotions, the way you interact with them through the types and qualities of thoughts that you use. And I find that very fascinating. So these ascension energies are going to be increased for about another 6 to 8 days. And I highly recommend, again, go out and ground, because this is a huge influx. Science can measure this as electrical energy, as ultraviolet radiation, as X-rays, as gamma rays, as cosmic rays. They have enough knowledge that they can measure a certain spectrum of light. They can measure a certain spectrum of sound. And so it's really important that you understand that there are spectrums of consciousness that science cannot measure. Like they can't measure when you're having thoughts. They can measure the brain's response if there's a thought. And of course, they're getting to a place where they can eventually decode thoughts in the brain because they are electrical impulses. And they're not much different than a radio signal being converted through a system that allows you to hear the radio signal through a radio system. Science is currently developing technology that will allow people to read your thoughts directly. So keep that in mind, that technology marches on. But that being said, they cannot measure what you are as a soul. They cannot measure things beyond the physically measurable spectrum. That is, they can only measure things that their instruments are capable of perceiving. That, of course, is changing every single day. And with that in mind, keep your eyes, your ears quiet, calm, peaceful. Keep yourself grounded, keep yourself hydrated, keep yourself more of a positive state than a negative state, because whatever state that is dominating in your mind and in your body, that's going to be amplified. If you're feeling more fatigue, more aches, more pain than you usually do, it's probably because you're not eating properly, and that energy is going to amplify the dominant symptomology in your body, as it will do the same thing for your positive energy. People who are feeling really good will feel even better. So keep that in mind. Grounding is very important. Your body's an electrical instrument. You want to go out and ground. Get your feet on the ground. If you're in a winter area, go up and put your hands on a tree. You will electrically allow your body to connect. It'll electrically allow your body to connect back to the earth and resynchronize and reharmonize the field of your body to that of the earth, which is a good thing. Another way you can allow these ascension energies to have a beneficial impact on you is to make sure you're properly hydrated. Make certain you're drinking good, clean, fresh water, unfluoridated preferably. Learn to meditate. Meditation is a great way of getting your mind and body to have little or no resistance to this energy, because your mind and body provide resistance to energy in the form of these ascension energies. So you want to find ways of reducing the amount of resistance in your mind, and meditation, or at the very least, sitting down and quieting your body and quieting your mind, are really simple ways of reducing the amount of resistance that your mind and body will have to these energies, facilitate an easier integration for these energies in your body. So let's move on to the next thing, questions and answers. Good morning, everybody. Hello, Drusilla. Good to have you back with us today. Hello, Jacqueline. Good to see you. Hi. Hi there. Hi, Vanilla. How you doing? No sound. Hang on. Let's see. They're saying there's no sound here. What's going on here? Well, my microphone is working, so I'm not sure why the sound is not. Do we have sound now on TikTok? Can I get a message from TikTok? Has the sound been restored? Somebody just say yes. Yeah. Do we have sound on TikTok? Can somebody send me a message from TikTok if we have sound, please? I'll wait and see. So happy to see you. Happy to see you too. Hi, Jasmine. Good to see you. Yeah. Good to see you. So I'm streaming live on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. If there's technical problems on, hi, Amanda. Good to see you back. Hello, Amanda. No sound. Can't hear you. Hang on. Let me try taking this microphone off. Okay. Tell me if there's some sound on TikTok now. Do we have sound there? Oh, hang on. I got my microphone muted. Hang on. Sorry, guys. What happened is apparently there's a button on the bottom of my screen that allows me to mute the microphone, so I apologize for that. I will reiterate what was said because it's really important that everybody hears this, especially at this time. There's a huge inflow of ascension energy upon the planet. What is ascension energy? Again, for those of you on YouTube and Facebook, I'm reiterating this for those on TikTok that I had a sound issue. I hit the wrong button here. It happens. There's a huge influx of ascension energy falling upon the planet right now, coming at us from the physical sun. Science measures these energies as cosmic rays, X-rays, gamma rays. They have different labels that they give, ultraviolet rays. But ultimately, the energy coming from the sun is responsible for what causes the earth and life on the earth to change with a daily consistency. Where do new life forms come from? New life forms come from the modifications made in the consciousness of energy upon the planet through the interaction of the sun. That's where new life forms come from. Old life forms that become extinct often are unalived by the process of the sun changing things upon the earth. These ascension energies will raise up whatever you hold in your heart. They will elevate your negative energy. They will elevate your positive energy. They will elevate your negative thinking. They will elevate your positive thinking. really important to spend time every day staying grounded. That means go out, get your feet on the ground, go in the ocean, swim in a lake, take a bath, an Epsom salt bath is a really good way of grounding as well. But you want to go out and connect the earth. If you're in a winter climate, put your hands on a tree, go outside and put your bare hands on a tree and allow your body to electrically reconnect. Those of you in the cities, find a local park, but somewhere where you can get directly connected to the physical earth for say 10 to 15 minutes. At least every day, your body should electrically be allowed to reconnect to the earth every day. Make certain you do that. The secondary thing to help with these ascension energies, and not the least important, is drinking good clean water, unfluoridated preferably. And thirdly, meditation. Now by meditation, let's take it down to its most simplest way of getting your body prepared to have no resistance to these ascension energies. Getting your body relaxed, getting your mind quiet, calm, and peaceful. You can do this. Don't ever believe anybody if they tell you you can't control your thoughts or you can't control your emotions. They're talking a bunch of crap to you. Just the way you talk to your mind and the way you talk to your body can change the way your mind and body are functioning. If you say to the body, relax, let the head relax, the body will just do it for you. The body's designed to follow your instructions. So a form of meditation is getting the body relaxed. It's the mildest form. Getting the body relaxed and give your mind permission to be quiet, calm, and peaceful. And that will reduce the amount of resistance in your system to these ascension energies so that they won't be amplifying a lot of negative or disturbed things. If you're in a really high positive state, that's going to be amplified. If you're in a really low vibrational state, that's going to be amplified, which is why some people are feeling physical symptoms and they're feeling, I feel worse today than I did yesterday. It's not anything wrong with you. It's something you have to alter and adjust in terms of resistance for your body. You might need to change what you're eating. Eat living high vibrational foods. You might need to change the type of thoughts that you have stored in your mind, right? Because most of the thoughts in your mind aren't yours anyway. So be prepared. In the next 10 to 12 days, we're going to see this increased flow of energy coming directly and indirectly at us from the physical sun. We call them ascension energies. So keep that in mind. We'll get to your questions and answers in just a few short moments. We were saying hello to everybody. And again, thank you for my YouTube and Facebook groups for being patient, for us bringing our TikTok group up to snuff with what was being said, because it's important. Everybody understands what is going on. A lot of the political madness you're seeing around the world, a lot of this woke stuff you're seeing is because these ascension energies are affecting everyone. What you hold in your mind and heart that's negative will be amplified. What you hold in your mind and heart that's positive will be amplified. If you do not know how to moderate and manage your own thinking and emotions, then whatever your thinking and emotions are, that's going to be amplified. So people that are depressed are going to feel more depressed. People that are happy are going to feel more happy. People that are angry are going to be more angry. It's very simple equation. You add energy to a system, it adds to the system. So what you have in your mind, what you have in your emotional field, what you have in your thinking, that's going to be amplified. So be mindful of that. And if you can remember this simple truth that we stated at the beginning of the show, today is a brand new day. There'll never be another day like this one. The only thing that makes this day seem like before is because you keep remembering before. The minute you stop trying to remember everything now, you'll experience now as it is. But let's take a look. Hi, Wendy. Good to see you today. Beautiful day to you too. Thank you so much. Wendy McGow is saying, is there a spiritual significance of so many people flooding into countries like the UK, Canada, the United States to leave their homelands? Well, humans are not just, that's a great question. Humans are not, this is what they tell me, humans are not just spiritual entities. You also have a biological entity that is based in instinct. What is instinct but the preconditioned state of consciousness placed into biology so that biology could function sufficiently enough until the age of reason came to pass in human consciousness. But your physical body senses, feels, and knows that there are places in this world that are right for you to be and places in this world that are not right for you to be. Much the same way as you can see your migratory animals going from one place to another. They know where to go and why they are going there. They do not conceptualize it like you do. And many humans right now are living not much far above functioning on instinct. Many of you are functioning on instinct and not on reason and thinking, which is why so many of you can be manipulated so easily by the existing authorities that are controlling you right now, in many respects quite wrongfully. But that is the simplest answer for you, dear one, is the reality that people are moving hither and thither because instinctually there is a knowing. There is a knowing. And even those who think that they are in control of your societies, there is an instinctual drive in them also, of which they are not aware because they are so lofty in their self-centeredness that they cannot evaluate themselves sufficiently enough to know what is actually true or not true. Wow, great question, Wendy. Really appreciate that. Hi, guys. Glad you're joining up. I have to move that a little slow. Some have admitted they have been given money, cards from UN maybe. Yeah, absolutely. Those types of things happen. There is political manipulation. There is social manipulation. There is a species on the planet that's been manipulating humanity for millions of years. And I say millions of years. A lot of the fossil records are inaccurate. They're proving that now. They've now proven that they can electrically fossilize something in a few minutes. Things can be fossilized in a few minutes. You can do a little digging on the internet. You'll find the information that's available to you. But yeah, people are being manipulated as well. But again, manipulation is also instinctual. Look at animals. Wolves know how to manipulate a herd of deer so that they can partition off the one deer they're going to hunt. So instinct is able to do many things. And humans are driven by instinct as much as they are driven, unfortunately, by reason and logic. Humans need to be driven more by reason and logic and awareness, because even reason and logic has its flaws if you do not know how to rationally observe the reasoning faculties in your own mind, to observe your own thoughts, truth or falsity. If you do not have this capacity to evaluate your thoughts and weigh it against the actualities of the material and immaterial worlds, then you can make errors in reasoning and find yourself in a very difficult situation, such as the human extinction, which is a very real possibility with the type of ignorance that is operating the mechanisms of your civilizations right now. Thank you for that super chat, Amanda. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you very kindly. I really appreciate that. Let's scroll up here, scroll down here. Am I overworking? You absolutely are. You need to ground. A lot of people who feeling exhausted right now, if you go out and you put your bare feet on the ground, there's a lot of fatigue, a lot of headaches, a lot of this stuff going on. And there's a lot of this has to do with ascension energy. You want to go out and get your feet connected to the physical earth like soil and grass. Your body needs to electrically reconnect to the physical earth. If it doesn't, it's like cutting it off from the source, which it's in harmony with. And most people are living in big cities now. They rarely step on grass. Most people are walking around on rubber-soled shoes, disconnected electrically. Why do you think they invented rubber-soled shoes? Shoes used to be made of leather. Shoes used to always be made of leather because electrical current can pass through leather, but it can't pass through rubber. So you want to get your rubber-soled shoes off, connect your body to the physical earth. Take the time to reconnect your body to the physical earth. Very, very important. Can't stress that enough. A lot of people don't realize that. Question from Tiffany. My friend Felipe overdosed from opioid 2 days ago. Any message from him? I need to communicate with him when I felt his energy. Thank you so much. Sorry, I get this word a lot from them. Oops. Happens a lot. Yeah. He said it was an unintentional way to depart from this dimension. It was an unintentional way. There were not the right facilities to assist me in remembering who I am. I was so caught up in how I was so caught up. I was so lost. I was so caught up. Like this is a real frustration for a lot of people right now who are caught up in addiction. And I know that place because I've been there. I've been in addiction. I know that place. And addiction is an escape into sensation away from emotional pain. And eventually addiction becomes something that creates the body, a pattern in the body. So the body needs that substance to maintain the existence of its pattern. But it's not that difficult to move yourself away from it if you have the right mechanisms in place, both medically and spiritually. But I know that you can get off your struggles really easy. But he's, yeah, he'll be coming back real soon, he says. I'm coming back real soon. Yeah. He says, I was very one-sided. He says, I was too fixated on my body. I couldn't see anything else. I didn't want to see anything else. I remember so much pain, and I did not know how to deal with it. Yes. And that's a common thing that I find with people that have left the body prematurely through OD or through other ways where they've left the body prematurely, that oftentimes there was nothing in place to rationally guide them in a process where they could go inside and begin to re-engage the parts of them that are suffering and in pain. And for those who, listen, everybody loves sensation. It's nice to feel good. But when that feeling good suddenly disconnects you from who you are, which is what happens, right? When you get identified with your body as who you are, then you're no longer who you are. You're now just a physical body based on instinct, which is based in pleasure and pain, which is why a lot of addictive personalities go towards things that make them feel good, because they're addicted to sensation, because there's no mechanism to teach them how to deal rationally with the internal emotions, with the understanding of the thinking processes that inhibit and prevent them from creating a good life for themselves. It's a very interesting process. But anyway, he'll be okay. He's coming back real soon. No, and you won't know him. He says he won't know you then. And that's very true. When you leave that body you're in, you will have a memory of the personality. But when you come back into a new body, you literally step into a new personality. And then the memory of the old personality becomes part of the DNA substructure in your body, where information about your past lives is stored in the DNA of your body from many lives. And there have been many therapies and practices that have evolved over the last 50 years that can facilitate you going in and accessing past memories. But I would highly recommend not doing that at this point. First, you want to get your own mind in order. You want to get your own body in order so that your mind and body are in alignment with who you are. You're not subjective to your body's sensations, which a lot of people are right now. They want that this thing tastes good and wow, let's get excited about that out there. Many people are caught up in sensation, physical sensation, and it detracts from your ability to really think and reason about what's right for you to be and do. So something feels good. I'm going to eat that. I'm going to watch this because it's exciting. I'm going to watch this TV show because it keeps me emotionally charged up. You know, so many people are addicted to adrenaline just from watching TV. Adrenaline, you can get addicted to your own biochemistry, you know. You can get addicted to your own adrenaline just by watching TV, and it keeps you up like this all the time. Oh my God, what's going on, right? So you get addicted to adrenaline. The same thing with big sports, right? You get addicted to that adrenaline rush. Who's going to win? And many people are now addicts and don't even know it, addicted to their own chemistry, not even aware of it. And then when that feeling of the thrill is gone, they'll find something else, whether it's alcohol, and eventually one thing can lead to another, and you find yourself in an addicted cycle without even realizing how it happened, right? Yeah, there are other reasons for it. But thanks for that question. Tiffany's asking here. Tiffany's asking, oh yeah, we got that. Sorry, thank you, Tiffany. Sufi Art. Hello, Sufi Art. Wonderful. I hear you do amazing jewelry. Wow. Sufi Art's asking, which advice have guides for me currently? They're saying, be patient and stay the course. Do not let your emotions waver from the focus of your outcome. Do not let your emotions waver from the focus of your outcome. Wow, I really like that. So I'm going to paraphrase that. So basically what that means is do not allow emotions to interfere with the idea that you have, because some people can get caught up in their doubts and their fears, and they end up focusing on that, and then they create that reality. But stay focused on the outcome that you're in the process of creating. Hope you don't mind me paraphrasing. I don't normally do that, but I felt inclined to do that today. Somebody's saying, gamer here. Hello there, Garrett. Garrett's asking, will I get $200,000 or more for my house being ruined? If you get into because of the uncertainty, if you maintain that uncertainty, it's very difficult then to get a certain outcome. But if you get into the energy, yes, how would you feel if you got the 200,000? You need to go into the energy. Your emotions, and this is true for every human being on this planet, your dominant emotions sustain and maintain the effects and conditions in your life, good, bad, or indifferent. If your emotions, if you're able to moderate, transform, transmute, and change emotional conditions or qualities inside your system, you'll create matching and corresponding events around you that match those emotions. Quite simply, whether you are rich or poor, your emotions, good ones and not so good ones, are orchestrating experiences that you are having. Persecution, judgment, reward, all of the events in our lives are tied. And my guardian angel John told me this 5 years ago. He said, all emotions organize conditions of matter, time, and space that they affect. So if you want that $200,000, you need to get really into the energy of it. And you need to release all doubt and fear around it, because that's what most people do. You hold on to your doubt and your fear. And then you get what you doubt and your fear. And you say, I knew that would happen. And you think you're smart. No, your emotions create your conditions. They really do. And I won't go into that. No, sorry. Somebody wanted me to talk about medical stuff. And no, I'm not going to do that. Not going to do that today. Maybe in our Patreon group. Speaking of our Patreon group, I just want to let everybody know that our Patrons live event is this Wednesday, upcoming Wednesday, February the 7th, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And I've got the energy of Master Maitreya coming in, and he said he's going to be on the subject of do not stay asleep. That's going to be next Wednesday for my patrons. If you want to join my Patreon page, you can go to patreon.com/William Michael Forbes and join us for that 1 to 2 hour event next Wednesday. That's going to be with Master Maitreya discussing do not stay asleep. So for my patrons that are here with us now, I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. You'll receive the notification in your mail before the weekend is completed. Thank you. We'll get that out there. Remember, if you're liking the content you're hearing, remember to subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. Share this with others. Share this with at least 2 or 3 other people that you know right now. Give them access to this information. The bottom line that they keep telling me all the time through this is quite simple. You need to realize that you are not your body. You are not your thinking mind. You are a soul, which is an acronym for Spirit of Universal Light. That's what you are as a consciousness. Your physical body is a structure of energy constructed by the matter of this world. Your mind is a structure of energy created out of the ethers that produces and allows you to generate thoughts which can interface with the physical dimension through the physical brain, which then affects an electrical charge that causes emotion. But you are not your body. You are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You have thoughts. You have emotions, and you have a body. And if you can consider that possibility, you'll begin a process of awakening, because once you start realizing, if I'm not my thoughts, then who am I watching my thoughts? Once you come to that place, you go, wait a minute, I can watch my thoughts. I can watch my emotions. I can observe my body. Now you start to awaken yourself from being subjective and subjected to thoughts from your own mind and other people, and no longer be in that place of feeling enslaved by what other people say or do around you. And that's called awakening, when you lose your subjectivity to your thinking mind or the thoughts of other people, and you become aware and conscious that that thought creates that feeling. And ultimately, Ascension is about awakening right now. There's 2 billion people on the planet in the process of awakening right now. And the recent events in the last few years have precipitated or accelerated this awakening, right? A lot of casualties in the process, but hopefully it's going to work out. Should I leave my current job? Is this current job offer better for me? It's better for you from an emotional perspective. It's better for you from an emotional perspective, but there's going to be a bit of a time delay in manifesting the remuneration that you were hoping to get where you are, but you haven't. Go into this new job again with a feeling of enthusiasm and excitement, and maintain it. Emotion equals the experiences you are having, the good ones and the not so good ones. Emotions equal the experiences you are having. That's true for all of us. Please remember that. Everybody wants to end their suffering, but not everybody wants to do what's necessary to end their suffering. That's true. Hospitals, the healthcare system is based on people who don't want to take responsibility for their health, the vast majority of them. Our health system, whether it's psychiatric or physiological, whether it's the health industry for your body or the health industry for your psychology, these industries are not serving humanity as they potentially could. And that's evidenced by the massive increase in mental and physical disease that you see on the planet. Let's not get into the causes of those things, but each and every individual needs to receive the knowledge that you are not your thoughts. You are not your body. You are not your emotions. These are instruments that you are in possession of, that you use in developing the skill of creation. That's why you're in this physical dimension, to learn, to practice, and develop the skills of creation. That's why you're here. Emotion is one of those tools. Thought is one of those tools. Biology is one of those tools. Your awareness is one of those tools. And from the perspective of awareness, you can begin to evaluate your thoughts. But if you believe you are your body, then if your body feels pain, then I'm in pain, I feel so hurt. This is so painful. You can't change it. If you believe you are the pain, then you cannot change the pain. If you realize, oh, there's a pain in my body, I wonder what could be causing the pain. Maybe I'm not eating properly. Maybe I'm not exercising properly. There are reasons for everything. But I can assure you, you did not come here to suffer. You came here to learn to create. Suffering may be an effect of errors in creation, but suffering is not your natural state. The existing systems of science and health often do not promote on a broad scale true well-being and awakening. They promote enslavement and suffering right now. And although that may be true, many of the individuals that are practitioners of health are by heart and soul came here to honestly and sincerely elevate us up, but have been brought into a system that was fabricated and created by individuals who have a vested interest in circumventing humanity's growth and development for their own purpose. And so the systems that are designed to help are actually harming humanity right now, because those that created the systems are out to get humanity, so to speak. And they're just one of many groups that are working with humanity, but they've been the most dominant one for the last 8,000 years on this planet. They've been dominating human civilizations in an unfortunately detrimental way. And it's our hope that through this process that we're sharing this information to you, that you will come to awaken sufficiently enough that you can throw off the yoke, the shackles that have been put upon you, each through the devices they've created to enslave you into fear, into anger, into judgment, into to not seeing each other through the eyes of love, but seeing each other through the eyes of fear. It's time to release that release yourself from that, right? Release yourself from that judgment. A question. Thank you, Bogumila, for that super chat. Really appreciate it. Question. What is my birth origin, where I come from? If you're talking about your birth origin on this planet, you already know where that is. If you're talking about the origins of where you first came into the ability to experience physical existence, It did not originate just with this dimension. I get a strong emanation from the energy of the Pleiadians, that you had an incarnation prior to the earthly one on the Pleiadian systems, right? Yes. And that you want to begin to leverage that now. You can actually tune into the energy of that life experience, which will begin to enhance and shift some of the unconscious elements that have been blocked off from helping you facilitate some of the changes that you've been wanting to experience in this world. But yeah, your birth origin of this world, you know, but the origins of your first incarnation into the physical realm was on the Pleiadian system. Yes. Thank you so much, Bogey Miller. Great question. A lot of people don't realize that life is not just about this physical dimension, this planet Earth we call. There are dimensions of life that are wondrous. There are beings that are out of phase with your perception, out of phase with this time-space frequency. But all these dimensions are like, think of the gears in a fine Swiss watch, that all these different realms can happen simultaneously and interact intricately with each other and not cause any conflict or bump into each other. These dimensions exist. Most of the higher level individuals on this planet know these dimensions exist. Anyway, you can learn to shift your perception sufficiently enough that you can begin to see, hear, know, and feel these other dimensions. And again, an introduction to that process can be experienced in our upcoming 101 masterclass, which begins March the 9th. I highly encourage you to go and register for Masterclass 101 called Awakening, which will introduce you to these ways that you can connect to different realms of information, knowledge, guides, angels, ascended masters, and other multidimensional beings that may be willing to work with you while you learn this function of creation in this physical dimension. So you want to get out there. You're going to learn to study. You're going to learn to meditate. You're going to learn to listen to the ascended masters. You're going to have a chance to connect to guides and angels, things that most people talk about, but very few people actually try to do. We've developed a system that facilitates that process very easily and effectively. Thank you so much for that. Question from Rebe Sil. Can you talk about the violet flame and the affirmation Saint Germain gave about I'm the presence? Yeah, I remember that affirmation from many years ago. I heard it. I'm a being of violet fire. I am the purity God desires is the fundamental chant to that. But the violet fire is the human interpretation of a frequency of energy that by nature transforms and transmutes negative energy. Every single human soul can use this function of transmutation in much the same way that Master Saint Germain does. A very simple example of that, which they taught us, is the way you communicate to your emotions, the way you communicate to the thinking mind, the way you communicate to the body can be transformative. So let's say you've got a really sad and upset or anxious feeling in your body right now. This is a really good example. Or you're feeling a little depressed. Let's say you've got those energies and they're not comfortable. They don't feel good in your body, but you want to learn how to transform them. So violet fire is the nature and quality of a vibration that gets imparted to one medium of energy and changes it. So in this case, let's say you're feeling a little anxious, or you're feeling a little nervous, or you're feeling a little depressed, or whatever the emotion is that you're uncomfortable with. And turn your attention to that emotion, that sensation in the body, and speak and think to it. I'm with you. I love you. I will not abandon you, even if I do not understand you. Those 4 phrases, when spoken in the right tone towards any negative emotion in your consciousness, that tone and those thoughts, that sequence of thoughts, I'm with you, I love you, I will not abandon you, even if I do not understand you. These are transmuting energies that will take a negative emotional state and shift it. And for those of you that are brave enough to do that right now, actually go into those feelings and say, no matter what I think or feel or believe about you, I love you. Be willing to love the uncomfortable feelings inside yourself, because the uncomfortable feelings inside yourself are in need of love. And what happens with most people are conditioned to think, feel, and believe that if I need something, I have to get it from the world. That's how most people are conditioned, that if you need something, the only place to get it is in the world. That's not true. You are a world of yourself. So turn to those emotions inside that might be troubling you and say, I will not ignore you. I'm with you. I love you. There are variations on the structure of the words, but the function of the words themselves are transmuting. They transform the energy of that, which is low vibrational, to a new state. And for some of you, if you got a really intense emotion, you might feel just a little change, which just simply means you just need to reapply it, go deeper into it. I really mean it. I will not abandon you. I will not ignore you, because a part of you has been ignored. Part of you is feeling abandoned. And you're looking in the world to try and find somebody to fill that void. And it doesn't work. You try different relationships, you try different drugs, you try different alcohol, you try different places, you try different jobs. You're looking out there to try and find the fulfillment that can only come from within you. That doesn't mean that you can't find things in this world that are fulfilling. But if you don't feel strong and powerful inside yourself, it's not likely that you're going to choose things that are going to strengthen and empower you. You're going to choose things based on your dominant emotions. Once you understand how to change the energy of your own emotions, then you start to know what to choose. You'll connect to things, people, events, and circumstances that will begin to match your new emotions. So quite simply, the transmuting violet fire is that process. Yes, and he can confirm that for you if you want. You'll get a message today to confirm that for you so that you directly know that. But any of you that have done what was just suggested that you do are feeling a change right now. You've felt some shift in your own energy. Remember, 90% of the people on the planet have been conditioned to look to the world to relieve them of suffering. You're looking to your government, you're looking to your doctors, you're looking to lawyers, you're looking to priests, you're looking for food, you're looking outside yourself. And you're reason you're not finding a solution because the world does not have that solution for you. You do. And nobody's telling you that you are the solution. You might hear people say that, but how do you practically become the solution? And yeah, you can start working out and build your body up. That's going to be really good. But fundamentally, if you don't have the emotional strength inside, the belief inside, energetic, it's not going to happen. But you can create that energy by shifting and learning how to change old emotions. I mean, we teach you, the Ascended Masters, I should say, actually teach you. In our masterclass here, they'll teach you how to go through a process on a regular, consistent basis so that you get trained and learn how to do this on a daily basis where you can literally shift and change emotions in a few minutes. And again, for those of you that are applying the process where you're turning to that feeling inside and saying, hey, I'm with you. I will not ignore you. I will not abandon you. You're going to feel an immediate relief when you start connecting to your emotions, the pain you feel, the sadness you feel, the loss you feel. Connect to that lovingly, compassionately, kindly, because your emotions are not who you are. They are the energy that you use to facilitate functions of action in relation to what you are creating while you're in this physical dimension, right? Anyway, the Ascended Masters teach us, they work with us about 6 to 8 hours every week in our masterclass series. Again, go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com. Register for our masterclass series. The first one's called Awakening. The second one is called Liberation, where you liberate yourself from subjectivity to your emotions in your mind and your body. And you begin to awaken to take control and authority over them lovingly. Control and authority can be loving. And you can be that loving, controlling authority over your own mind and body. And our third one is called Creation, which is how then you use this new energy, this new knowledge to create what you want. And then our fourth program, of course, is called Transcendence, which is connecting to the divine, connecting to levels of consciousness, connecting to beings that far surpass the wisdom and knowledge that we have here, transcending what the world's paradigm is for you. Excuse me. This female wants to speak through me, and I'm resisting at the moment. You can come back a little later. What color is the house that my boyfriend will buy? We are looking. I don't know why, but I'm getting, it's not a single color. There's 2 tones to it. I'm getting like a brown. I'm getting like a brown color to it, accented with black. And there's also some white. Those are the key colors that they're not necessarily the physical structure, but those are the key colors of the property. Those are the key primary colors, those 3. The brown into deeper, rich brown, and a black and white. Those are the 3 primary tones. Step back, please. So I got this female that's insisting. I don't know who she is. What do you want to say? I'm being told to tell Jennifer, I love you. Jennifer, if you're there, she loves you. She loves you very, very much. You don't have to miss her. She's not far away, but she wanted to insist that. She wasn't gonna leave my throat alone until I said that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. That happens. Yeah, I love Lord Maitreya too. He's a beautiful soul. I mean, all the masters are wonderful beings. Oops. Our smiles are the sun. Should I return back to my original field? If I tune into you, I get a yes and no for that. It's not about just turning back to your original field. It's adding it into what you're doing now. Adding it into what you're doing now. Through the combination of the two, you're going to synthesize something new, is what they're telling me. Through the combination of the two, the old and the new, you're going to synthesize something new. So you want to bring that into your life now, not go back. Don't go back. Going back is not fun. You want to go forward, and there's a new synthesis of creation going to happen. So bring it into your life now. Bring, as part of what you're doing right now, bring it in. A synthesis will happen. It will become very obvious. It's called, they're telling me to tell you, it's like shaking the tree. The apples will fall from it if you shake it hard enough. So bringing these two things together in the now is going to allow that to drop into place that needs to be put in front of you so you know what the next step is, right? Did my mom want to die from alcohol? No, she didn't want to. Listen, nobody, every soul I ever speak to, when they leave from substance abuse or other means where they prematurely end their physical and biological lives, every time I've spoken to a soul, I wouldn't say regret, but they recognize it was in error, that they simply did not understand. But I want to tell you this about that too, that they get the opportunity to make a choice to correct the error. If I tune into your mother right now, she said, I just wanted to be oblivious to my pain. I just wanted to be oblivious to my pain is what she's telling me right now. And she's not saying this in a negative way. She's saying, I realize that. She said, I'm actually really excited because now I can come back and do this again and do it differently. I won't make that mistake again. Yeah, she knows that mistake. She knows that error now. Very fascinating. I love that. You learn they do. And you do learn. Whether you're in your body, remember, your body's not who you are. It's the instrument you use while you're in this dimension. Your emotions are the energy that drives the system. And your thoughts are what stimulates qualities of energy or emotion to operate the system as well. You are a soul. Remember that. We're all souls. Will I ever get justice? If you want to get justice, Sherry, I'm being told to tell, if you want to get justice, release your anger. Release your anger. You're carrying the burden. You're carrying the burden that was projected onto you by them. You're carrying, remember, when people assault or harm other people, there's a function that's really important for you to understand. When you yell or scream at somebody, when you get angry, you're projecting an energy out of your body that you can't control. You're literally dumping an emotional energy out of the system that you can't control. And the people that are receiving that energy, if they're not aware of that process, will take it on. And this can happen in violent crimes, because violent crimes require there be a very strong negative fear-based energy to drive the action of that behavior, right? So people that are victims of crime, which I'm being told you are, you've taken on the anger of the person that perpetrated the crime upon you, and you're carrying the burden of the emotions that they don't want to take responsibility for. So what you really want to do is you want to get communicated with, you want to transform and transmute the anger. If you want to go deeply into this, go book a reading with me. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, Sherry, and book a reading with me. You can book a half-hour reading or a 1 hour reading, but book a one-on-one with me, and you'll get an opportunity to go really deep into it, the truth of all the mechanics of that, because this isn't really the place to just discuss the details of your life. This is a place where you want to get general information about your life that they'll give you. If you want really deep dive information, you want to go really into the nuts and bolts of your life and where you need to go in direction, then you want to book a reading with me. And it's a really simple process. You'll bring 10 questions to your reading. The reading is recorded for you to download immediately afterwards, because there's so much information that people get during a reading. It's quite remarkable, the transformations that I've seen people go through when they connect to their guides, their angels, their loved ones in readings. It's a pretty fascinating phenomenon, right? So yeah, I recommend, if you want to go deeply in that, Kelly, to book a reading with me. When will my income improve this year? Again, a lot of your questions, I will. Sorry, my guardian angel, John, just wants me to say very clearly, many of you are asking questions based upon the belief that the satisfaction and fulfillment of your life comes exclusively from outside of your body, that you believe that only the world around you can offer you relief from your suffering. Let me please clarify right now that the relief from your suffering will come from within you and not from the world. Your relief from your suffering will come from within you and not from the world around you. Right? So wanting to have a change in your income means there needs to be a corresponding emotional change within you. If you don't change the emotional energy in your system, if you leave it the way it is, which most people do, you look at people and most people are living the same stuff, different day. Well, what's new? Oh, not much. You hear it all the time. If you walk up to people and say, how you doing? Oh, not bad. What's new and exciting? Oh, not much. People are living in the past present almost every day now. Most people don't even know what the present moment is, and how exquisite, how remarkable, how incredible you are if you understood that you're not your thoughts, you're not your emotions, you're not your body, you are a creator. And but yeah, so for your income, you need to shift the internal energy. Everything that's happening around you is because of something going on within you in your immediate life. You're not responsible for what these dark beings are doing around the world, like, trying to exterminate humanity, and among other things. But you are responsible for what's going on in your own life, how your emotions are affecting the immediacy of your own experience. That's what's happening. So if you want to shift your income, shift the emotion you have around the income. Again, come to our masterclass series. You'll learn all these skills, how to change your own energy. A lot of people don't know how to change their own emotions. I feel this way. It's just this way. I can't change it. I've been there. I lived in that reality for 15 solid years in total misery, unhappiness, and unfulfillment. So I understand what it's like to believe you can't control your emotions and you can't control your thoughts. I've been there. I've lived in that reality. It's not fun and it's not pleasant, but I can assure you that it's not the truth either. The moment you realize that you are not your thoughts, you're not your emotions, you have thoughts, you have emotions, the moment you realize that, then you can begin to evaluate what thoughts are useful for you to keep. That doesn't stop you from having to change the actions, because when you start changing thoughts, you'll start to change emotions. When you start to change emotions, then you start to do different things. And you're going to have to pick your body up and get it to do different things to change it, because your body's been trained to suffer, or your body's been trained to be happy, or your body's been trained how to put the clothes on. And you're going to have to teach the body new ways of being, because it won't teach itself. Your body's not going to change itself. And what do I mean by that? I mean, it's not going to get healthier if you don't exercise it. It's not going to become its best version of itself if you're not feeding it properly. It's not going to be strong and vibrant and secure if you're not having strong, powerful emotions that say, I am a beautiful soul. I'm a creating intelligence. I can create a reality that's fulfilling to me. A lot of people don't have those thoughts. I didn't have those thoughts for many years. It's a difficult place to be. It really is a terrible place to be, to believe that you're worthless. I've been there. I don't deserve to be alive because I feel so. I've been there. I know that place. It's not a good place to be, but you don't have to be there. And the moment you realize you are not your thoughts, most of your thoughts aren't yours. I hope you realize that most of your thoughts are given to you before you can even think for yourself. From ages 0 to age 7, almost everything you think was given to you. You didn't choose a thing. Think about that. The first 15 years of your life, everything was told to you. What you should think, what you should believe, what you should say, what you should do. And some of it may be really good for you, and some of it may be not so good for you. But it's your responsibility to awaken sufficiently enough now. If you're hearing these words, then you have no choice. You cannot say, well, I didn't know any better after this. Once you hear this, you can get to this place where you wait a minute, where are these thoughts coming from? There's something wrong with you. Where did that thought come from? You won't have to look very far. Most of what's going on television tells you something's wrong with everything. Most of what you hear on the news, something's wrong with everything. You start to question where the origins of your thoughts come from. You start to realize, holy shit, I've been given thoughts that make me feel like crap, and I bought into it. And the whole educational system is along that lines of teaching you to have a certain structure of thinking that you're stuck in. And you're not designed to be stuck. You're a dynamic, creating intelligence. You came here to do something marvelous, and you don't even know what it is. Many of you don't know what it is because you're caught in this box of conditioning that keeps you out of evaluating other possibilities. And let us tell you that you do not have to remain in that box any longer. That is a choice, once you have heard these words, to remain in that box of thoughts that has been handed to you as a present, and you've accepted that gift. Time to give the gift back and say, I'm going to choose thoughts that are more effective for me, that generate and stimulate energies that are going to empower and strengthen my energy. Because there are thoughts that will lift you up, and there are thoughts that will bring your energy down. Which will you choose? But until you begin the process of choice, of exercising your awareness sufficiently enough to know, I am not these thoughts, I am not these emotions, from whence they come, where do they come from? The television show, The Walking Dead, taught me to be afraid of everybody, that my life is in threat all the time. Oh, I've learned to be afraid all the time from that TV show. Oh my goodness. Or you watch another show about a disaster and your mind is filled with more fear. Or you watch your news programs and they fill your mind with more fear. And you wonder why you are in fear, because you've accepted it willingly. Each time you sit in front of a program and you watch the mayhem and destruction they present to you, you are filling your mind with fear. It's no wonder, young children, why you are in such terror and fear before you even become an adult. Why your anxiety and your depression is so intense. Not because there's anything wrong with you, but because they've given you that as a present by the shows you watch, the people you listen to. Be very careful, because there are many that will gain advantage over you by feeding your mind with thoughts that will not serve you. You must come and awaken to the process of being able to examine your thoughts, to question them, to weigh them against the truth or the lie of what is actually real. And only you can do this. We can simply provide you with the information and the understanding of what we know. But you will have to apply this understanding in your own life so that it becomes what you know. Because what we know is what we know, and what you know is what you know. And sometimes there is an exchange of gifts that is very beneficial. And sometimes there's an exchange of gifts which is not so beneficial. And we would say to you that many of the gifts that you've been given by your environmental systems have not been all that pleasant, especially when it comes to your so-called entertainment systems. They expose you to repeated violence and aggression, and you wonder why you feel anxious. Well, anybody in the view of violence and aggression will feel anxious. And if you continue to expose yourself to that type of energy, what else could you expect to feel but anxious and afraid and eventually nervous and depressed? Because the body cannot sustain chemically this state of fear for very long. And then you have what they call an adrenaline crash. And then you go into depression. And then you get something to make you afraid again to increase your adrenaline. And you find yourself in the cycle of playing these games and indulging these entertainments that keep you in this cycle of fear, power, and control. Oh, thank you. Question from EKG. I love that, EKG. After taking a shower, a $sign and a letter appear in the mirror. This is the second time I've seen it. Is a message trying to be conveyed to me? Yes, your higher self is trying to get you to focus practically on the things that you need to focus on. The dominant emotion, evaluate the dominant emotion you have around these symbols, around money. Like, evaluate the emotions you have around these things and correct them. If you got fear around money, then you need to correct that emotion. You need to release that fear from the body. You learn to do that. You'll learn to do this. In our Masterclass 102, the Ascended Masters will teach you how to let go of old emotions, how to change them and transform them and transmute them. That's our Masterclass 102 Liberation, where you learn the function of changing past dense emotions that you're holding in your body. You're not your emotions, folks. Your emotions are responses from your biology and your energy that let you know something is going to be experienced one way or another. I got this other male energy coming in right now. I wonder what he's about. Some male energy coming in. Great day to you too. Hi, Let Go, Mate. Good to see you. How can I get my clarity back? This is who are we here? Hello, Cielos. How can I get my clarity back? Again, you haven't lost it. Nothing that appears lost cannot be found. If it appears lost, it only appears lost. Your clarity will come back when you surrender the anxiousness you're holding on to. Again, I'm being told you're not grounding enough for starters. You need to get your body electrically balanced. Yes, they're telling me to tell you, go out and ground. Sit on the ground if you can. If you can, get your tailbone against a tree, put your feet flat on the ground. But you need to get directly connected to the earth. A lot of people are disconnected from the earth electrically. And you take your cell phone battery. What do you have to do with your cell phone battery? You take your cell phone every once in a while. What do? If it gets too low on power, you plug it into the wall. And energy flows into the cell phone and charges it up. Your body's an electrical system. The earth is the electrical source. Well, the sun is too, but we'll get into that another day. So you need to plug your body back into the earth. So go out, get your feet on the ground. If you're in a cold climate, go out and put your bare hands on the tree as long as you can, and allow the body to be electrically charged by the earth again. Your body is an extension of the earth. You don't see trees being separate from the earth. Birds and animals are always in contact with the earth or the water. Humans are the only ones that have created a structure of stuff called concrete that separates you electrically from the earth. So please go out. If you want your clarity back, go out and start grounding at least 15 minutes every day. This is part of our Masterclass 101. You learn the function of grounding, why it works, how it works, and what it's going to do for you. What different ways of doing it as well. So you want to go register for that right now. But that's how you'll do that right now. That's how you start to get your clarity back. Electrically rebalance your system. Hi there. Drusilla, I love you. You're such an amazing moderator. Thank you so much. Will I be with my brother again? Your brother is with you right now, energetically. Understand, if you're thinking in terms that you're just a body. You're thinking in terms that you're just a body, and your body is just a body, but you are not your body. Your brother is not his body. So the question you're asking, can I be with my brother? The moment, if you close your eyes right now and you focus on connecting to your brother, you'll feel a shift in your energy right now. Like, do this right now. Like, do it right now. Sit and relax, close your eyes, and just focus on your brother and just connect to his energy. Just let yourself connect to his energy. Because remember, what you are as a soul is not just a body. You operate the body. As you can see, this body is moving under the direction of my consciousness, directing it to function in certain ways. The body is a reactionary system to the thoughts and emotions that I bring into this system. And so is yours. You're not your body. You are a soul. Your body's only connected to an immediate time and space. So your physical body right now is quite aware of the microphones and the walls and the things that are around you. You're physically in that space as a physical body. And that's the reality of your body. It's localized to a specific time and space. Your mind and your emotions are very different than the body, but they interface with it. In that your mind, okay, can literally encompass far more time and space. If I were to ask you right now to, let's say, remember the last 24 hours of your life right now. Just remember the last 24 hours of your life as quickly as you can. And watch what happens, because in that few moments, you just reviewed that really quickly. For me, it was like a bloop, done. So your mind can encompass more time and space than your body can. Your body can only encompass time and space from this perspective. And it has locomotion and certain laws of physics that govern physiology. But your mind can, your mind and your awareness can encompass a far broader scope of time and space. As awareness, you're not localized to your body. If I ask you to close your eyes and ask you to sense what's outside the room that you're in right now, or what's outside your house, all this stuff you'll learn. All this stuff you can learn and apply and practice. Seriously, sign up for our masterclass series. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com. If you got really specific or urgent matter to deal with, then book a one-on-one reading with me. Again, you can do that through my website, torontomedium.com or williammichaelforbes.com. Register. It'll be a really great thing for you to really get exposed directly to the Ascended Masters, communicating to you in a much more intense way. Thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate that. Thank you to my new subscriber. Thank you so much. So remember, your brother is literally a thought away, energetically. As a physical being, he's not physically present with you, but as a consciousness, we have a capacity to be omnipresent. We have the capacity to be omnipresent. That is, you can move your awareness to different points of time and space. And in Eastern mysticism, they call it astral projection or astral traveling. And your awareness is capable of doing that. Your body's not capable of doing that unless you have like the knowledge of Master Jesus or the knowledge of Master Buddha or the knowledge of Elijah or other beings that have learned how to literally change the structure of matter as a function of their will, and they can ascend their energy up. They can make the body literally disappear into a different frequency. So that capability exists, but it takes many years and many lifetimes to develop that skill. But your awareness is not bound by flesh, but works through it. I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you so much. I would love to get up to 20 subscribers on my TikTok channel. We still have time before I have to head out, but it would be really great to hit 20 subscribers. So if you're on my TikTok, please subscribe to my channel. I think the subscription button is right below. Yes, we got that. Hi there. Hi, Unine. My partner never believed in the afterlife. Will he realize now that it's true? He passed the 18th. They all do. No, actually, pardon me. That's not quite completely true. The ones that are so bound by the identity of the personality, some of them will go into what's called a void, okay? Or what conventional science calls unconsciousness, wherein you're so attached, I want to say addicted for some reason, you're so attached to thinking the body-mind is you that when the body-mind system ceases to function, then your point of reference for self-awareness is gone. And you have the illusion that you aren't aware. It's like a blackness. It's called the void. And some people can go into that void. If I tune into your, yes. So he's kind of transitioning half in, half out with that. But some end up in this void. It's the same thing that happens with people that go into states, go into a state like a coma. But you go into a coma every night. When you put your body to sleep every night, you're going to a form of a coma. You're putting, not yourself, but you're putting your mind and you're putting your body into an unconscious state. You're doing that deliberately. You deliberately put your body into an unconscious state. But what you haven't learned to do, and we teach this in our masterclass series, how do you get yourself to stay awake when you put the body to sleep? And again, the Eastern mystics have learned to astral travel and astral project. They recognize their awareness is not localized to the body exclusively. So when a person ceases to exist as a physical organism, their consciousness is not localized to the body. And they may or may not be. Most people I've experienced tend to go into a place of self-awareness and self-realizing, oh, crap, look what I did. Oh, and they do. They literally get a chance to review their life and make corrections. And they have the option to literally come back or not. Thank you for subscribing. Really appreciate that. Let's see what we got here. I'm just trying to see. Thank you so much. Wonderful. Yeah. So 3 more. If I get through, there's some sort of a challenge that's going on TikTok. I'm not familiar with it. I feel it too. My mom did too 42 years ago. Baj is asking, do you see me remarrying in this lifetime? I'm being shown a relationship, but not a marriage. It won't be a marriage in the conventional sense. It'll be a marriage, a union of souls in purposeful living. A union of souls in purposeful living, which I think is going to be very useful to you. Excuse me. Hi, Mary. Good to see you today. Mary's asking, any message from mom or any of my guides? She's so happy to see you doing what you love every day. It brings her great joy and satisfaction to see you and experience the energy you feel of being in love with what you're doing every day. She's saying, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to go further. She's saying that do the things that you're afraid to do. Do the things that you want to do, but you're afraid to do. Do them. She wants you to do them. She's saying you got a long way to grow still. I will remain with you. I've got so much more knowledge now. I've got so much more understanding now. I can help you. I can really, really help you in ways I couldn't before. So again, energetically, when a person leaves the physical dimension, they're not a physical person anymore. A lot of people think that that's the end. They've gone. Oh, they're gone. And that can be very sad and upsetting. I understand that. I really, 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 really do. I've experienced that type of loss as well. But I want to say, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. I want to say that when you cease to live in as a physical body, you are still a being. You just don't have a physical medium through which to communicate in a physical dimension. But there are spirits that are really strong, that their energy can be so potent, energetic, that they can physically interact with matter, time, and space. Things like knocking things off the countertop, or little things that happen like that. But you're getting to a place now. You're getting to a place right now, Mary, where you just got to push past some of those boundaries where you're thinking about doing that, but you're a little uncomfortable. Do it. Do it. She's going to help. Her energy will help you. Her energy will help you. Yeah. Thank you so much. Great question. Hi there. Hi, Amanda. Amandi? Hi, Amandi. Yes. He says, don't feel sorry for yourself. He's telling me to tell you, don't feel sorry for yourself. Don't feel sorry for yourself. I like that. Question from Amanda on YouTube. I've been able to ask questions before I sleep and receive the answers in my dreams. Is this the best way for me to communicate with my guides going forward? It's certainly going to be very effective for you. Continue the practice. It's going to start happening in your waking state. If you can bring yourself to that quiet place in your waking state, you can receive divine inspiration and guidance anywhere, at any time. You are in the process. It's important you understand you have chosen the way that is the easiest for you. Now you have opened the corridor up. Now you know that communion is there. That connection for infinite information is now being established. Once you've established it there firmly enough, you can begin the process of establishing it in your wake-a-day world, where you walk around and you say, what is the right way to turn here? Do I need to speak to that person? Show me what to do. And you will receive information directly as you can now in this place, but continue in the practice until you perfected it, till you're 100% sure that you have learned this skill sufficient enough that you can then begin the practice in your wake-a-day life. I love that. That's great, Amanda. Thank you for sharing that. Really appreciate it. I think we all needed to know that. Wonderful. Hi, Bianca. Well, I'm glad you came out to visit us. Thank you so much for joining us. Lange is asking, will my house sell soon? Are we doing the right thing by selling? I don't know who this, I don't know who this is, but this is the way they're saying this. You darn better be sure about selling your house. You know that you must be sure, because it'll be the right thing if you're sure. If you're going to be unsure, then you'll think it's not the right thing. But if you're sure, it'll be the right thing. I don't know who that is, but that's the tone of voice, the best way I can represent it. And again, this is kind of gnarly little guy, but that's what he's saying. I don't know this is a very funny, gnarly guy, just very practical. Be sure. I like that so much. Well, thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Wonderful. Somebody's asking, did I clear all my attachments? I'm being told to tell you there's some attachments that will be very good for you to have. But you are asking us about attachments that do not serve you, in which case we would say you have gotten rid of the vast majority of them, but you still have a little bit of work to do. What growth could possibly happen if you did not have something to do? What growth could possibly happen if you do not have something to do? But do not get rid of your good attachments. You want to keep some of those. I love that. That's really cool. You're welcome, Mary. Yeah. I'm an empath. That's wonderful. Yeah, so understand some of your comments, someone is saying I'm an empath and I've suffered domestic abuse. Unfortunately, TikTok has an algorithm that will censor and mute your questions. I did not censor and mute your questions, and I see that question. They made sure I saw your question. Remember, if you are a victim of some form of abuse like that, because I've been a victim of abuse, I know it personally from my own experience. Chances are you've harbored something inside you, anger, fear, that results in people behaving a certain way around you. And this is not a judgment, but the anger, the fear, the shame that you hold in yourself, both from that experience, originated somewhere else. You need to release those old emotions from your system. Because a lot of people that go through abusive relationships and get into another abusive relationship, get into another abusive relationship, it's not because something's wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with any one of you. You are just not understanding the function of thought and emotion, both the conscious ones and the unconscious ones. And if you're unconsciously have a belief that you're going to suffer or there's something wrong with you, you will attract experiences that will validate that experience. So learning how to change your old emotions, learning how to shift your internal energy becomes really important. Again, come and learn from the masters in our masterclass series and learn how to shift your emotional energy from one state to another. Learn the simple, easy to use tools that will facilitate that, some of which are shared here quite frequently. But if you come into a structured learning environment, you'll learn in a very intense way over a 3-week period. So you'll lock all this information into your body and into your mind, and you'll see it translated by the events and changes that start to happen in the world around you. Because that's what happens. When you start functionally changing certain emotions inside yourself, and you start functionally changing certain thoughts as a function of your will, and you start directing your body consciously because you want it to do and become something better than it is, you're going to see phenomenal changes start to unfold around you. But they're not going to happen until you've learned to functionally change your energy, your emotional field, right? And you can learn from the Ascended Masters how to do that. In a 3-week program, you can literally change your whole life. I think we have a few students here that can verify that from their own experience. Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you, Golden Girl. I appreciate that super chat. Golden Girl is asking, will I become the owner of the building that I currently live in? I get a huge yes for that. I get a strong yes for that. Rejoice and be excited. Rejoice and be excited. There's someone else involved in this that's going to help you. I don't know if are they directly with her right now? I'm not sure if they're with you right now or not, but there's someone else that's going to be involved in ensuring that this happens. So be open to a useful partnership, because it's going to benefit you in ways that you already have visualized and imagined, but even more so, more than you can conceive of yourself. Wow, thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. Mary saying master classes will help you with releasing. Sign up. Yes, do sign up. Did my guardian angel show me who I really am? Love and light. Like, everyone comes from a source of infinite love. When you come into this physical dimension, you encounter what's called polarity. The moment you come into this physical dimension, you experience what is called polarity. Good and evil, right and wrong, up and down, attraction, repulsion, right? You are in your essence a function of love. But that function of love, when it comes in this physical dimension, encounters experiences, pain and pleasure. On the physical level, you experience pain and pleasure. On the energetic level of thought, you experience it as emotions, the swings from fear to love. But you as a spiritual entity are a function of love, of creation. It's what you are. You are a function of love and creation is what you are. So yes, your guardian angel was telling you the truth about what you are as a spiritual entity. But now you need to condition or restructure your mind and body to reflect what you are. And that's what most people are struggling with in this physical dimension. Most people don't even know they can change their emotions. Some people believe that other people control what you feel and think. A lot of people believe that what other people, they can make me feel this way. No, what you believe about what other people think, feel, and say can affect you. But ultimately, you came here to learn to master thought, master emotion, master creation. Isn't that exciting? You came here to master creation. It's amazing. It truly is amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sherry, for the badges. I really appreciate them. I love that. Lori's asking, my whole family has passed. Mom, dad, brother, and sister. Any messages? You're not alone. You are not alone. Again, so many of you. Yeah, okay, I will tell her directly. They want me to tell you, stop thinking of us as just the bodies that you remember. We're with you. We're with you, and we love you so much. We are with you. We love you so much. Yes. They want me to tell you something that I was taught a year ago. They want me to tell you this, that family is not necessarily determined by biology. That's one form of family. But family is also determined by spirit. That is the quality of energy that you choose to engage in on a daily basis. Are you more focused on love, or are you more focused on fear? Those things will set up the type of relationships. I've always been told, since I've been getting communication from them, that spirit is determined, family is determined by spirit, not by biology. Family is determined by spirit, not by biology. But biological families are very important and valuable too, that we have that as well. So yeah, you're about to activate your spiritual family. That's why you're asking the question. And they're around you to help you to do that now, to pull in your spiritual family. Sherry said, I will when I have the money. Wonderful. Master of all answered my call from there, the ever hall. I said, this one's for the love of it, for the love of all. That's very true. Thank you very much for that poem. I love poetry. It's beautiful. Love from Australia. Thank you so much, Australia. Yeah, I wonder where everybody else is from here today. Yeah, let me know in the comment section where you guys are from. Why do I feel so angry all the time? Because you've been conditioned. I'm just telling you because this is what came immediately. You have been conditioned to believe that your anger is the source of who you are. It is the strongest emotion that was placed into your mind and into your body. And listen, folks, you watch your TV shows. So many of you watch them. There's fear, there's anger, there's judgment, there's mistrust. There's very little love and goodness in what you are being fed in your so-called entertainment from Pervywood and other places. You're being fed fear, anger, guilt, and shame. But your anger is not who you are, darling. If you're feeling that anger, sit down with it. Like literally sit down with the parts of yourself that you don't like. Sit with your anger and simply say to your anger, I'm willing to love you, because the party that's angry is needing love. The party that suffer needs love. And unfortunately, most people are believing that you have to go outside, find another person, have sex, eat food to find that love in the world, get a better job, more money. You're going to find love out there. You are love. And you need to recognize that you are a function of love, that you can direct your function of love into your own mind, into your body. You can say to that part that's angry, I will not ignore you. I will not deny you. I'm willing to love you. You will feel it change. You'll feel the anger change when it does not feel so neglected anymore. When that part of your being no longer feels neglected by the world or by you. And it's more important that what you feel inside is not neglected by you than the world. It is more important. Again, all this you'll learn. Like if you're hearing these messages from them that come through, it's important. You'll learn all this stuff from them directly as well in the master classes, but in a very intense, high intensity way where there's a 1 hour discussion and lesson, and then up to an hour of meditation and breakdown of what happens to people, how they go through transformation and change because of the lesson and the meditation. It's really quite a beautiful and wondrous thing to bear witness to. People literally change before their own eyes. Like people change before their own eyes. They witness their own transformation. It's a beautiful thing when you witness your own transformation and you realize you are the agent. You are an agent for your own transformation. You are. You really, really are. Will I ever be reunited with my 3 estranged adult children in this lifetime? I'm being told to tell you, do not be attached to this. You have other purposes to fulfill, as do they. If you become more purpose-focused, the connection has a higher potential to occur. You must become purpose-focused. Focused in your purpose. If you wish to commune with your estranged children, you can do so in your meditations. If you wish to commune with your estranged children, you can do so in your meditation. Extend your love and grace to them, not expectation, but extend your love and grace to them. You can be quite surprised at what can happen if you do this. Wow, I like that. Ursula is saying, William, my best friend passed away 8 days ago. It's so hard. Is his spirit with me? I miss him. Yes, that intensity of missing is the presence of him with you. Because remember, when electromagnetically, when the body ceases to function, there's still an electrical connection between you and them. It's just not physical anymore. So that feeling of missing is a part of you is trying to perceive and connect to them on the physical plane. Relax for a moment, Ursula. Like take a deep breath. Take a deep breath, relax, breathe. And rather than your mind trying to feel them as a physical being around you, connect to their energy. Don't remember what you remember about them, but feel their presence. He's like right around you, like literally his field is like enveloping you with so much love right now. And if you just sit and let yourself receive his love, right? Because you think you've lost it. But what's happening is you're in the position now to receive it energetically. You won't get it from his physical body anymore. His physical body is not here to transmit the energy on that level. So remember that. When people leave the physical dimension, they are not a physical body anymore, but they are still in consciousness. So just sit for a few moments and just receive this incredible, it's like, for me, it's like, thank you, I will. It's this incredible blue light of energy that's literally surrounding you right now, his love. And he wants you to feel that. so that you know that he may not be in the form, but he is not gone from your life either. He's not gone from your life. He's just gone from the physical part of your life. And just receive it, Drusilla. Just allow your awareness to receive it. Just receive it. Don't let the mind evaluate or think about how sad or unhappy you are. Just go into the energy of what you can receive from him right now, and you'll feel him. And please leave a comment in the comment section as you do that. Let us know what your experience of his energy is for you, right? Because different people will experience the energy of your loved ones differently. In this case, this individual who's her best friend is coming as this sphere of blue light that's surrounding her body as his love. That's his way of extending love to her. And that's the way I'm able to perceive it, to transmit that information to her. And she'll experience it the way she experiences it. But she'll let us know what that is for her. Much love to both of you. Is there anything coming true for me? Jonathan's asking, is there anything coming true for Jonathan? Everything you've experienced has come true. And everything you experience will be true. The question you're truly asking, though, is what truth can I create? What do you wish your truth to be? What is love's function in your life? What is love? What is joy? What is happiness? What is wisdom? What is truth? What is knowledge? What is playfulness? These things, consider. Consider these things. For they will become true as well. What you feel, you make real. Remember that. What you feel, you make real. So important to consider that. And it's a very profound truth. The emotions you feel create the conditions under which your body will function. If you don't like yourself, then you're likely your body's going to react in a way that will reflect that. What you've got going on internally, emotionally, causes the actions your body performs, good or not so good. Emotions drive all human actions and creations. And you generate emotions by the nature and quality of the thought. You bring a thought you bring a negative thought into your mind, it creates an electrical energy, and that emotion is an electrical feeling called frustration or upset or whatever that emotion is for you. You bring in a thought of, wow, what a beautiful day. You bring in a function of electrical energy that you call a good feeling. And those feelings cause you to, wow, the reaction of the body at the beautiful sky. That thought and that beautiful thought causes the body to react in a certain way. And if it's a thought like, oh my God, I can't trust anybody, the body reacts in a certain way. And that function of emotion interacting with matter creates conditions of experience for you. All of you, all of us. There's no exception. I love that ball cap. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I like wearing ball caps. Wonderful. How are we doing here? I understand that. Thank you. How are we doing? Got 12,000 of those. That's really cool. I think I got time for 2 more questions, and I got some things to take care of. A question from Katrina. Good morning, William. What do the guides say about me starting a gravestone cleaning business as a side hustle? I get a strong yes for that, and I'm being told to tell you to be open and receptive to the souls that are trying to find how to communicate back to the physical dimension. Sometimes a soul will leave the physical body, so yeah, that will expose you to some very different beings, Kat. So I get a really strong yes for that. You're gonna have a lot of fun with that if you remain sensitive to that process. But in her asking that question, I was just given the information that when a soul leaves the body, sometimes they think they have to have the body to connect you. And a lot of them people will find spirits hanging around cemeteries because the spirit thinks it has to try and have the body to reconnect to people in the physical dimension. A lot of them don't know that you can actually reconnect to the physical dimension just by moving your awareness to somebody, which is what a lot of them do too. A lot of them, immediately after the body ceases to function, their energy will go right to their mother or their father or their close friends and relatives. They'll be around them. They'll feel them, right? Because your perception of time and space is not the same. When you leave your body, your experience of time and space is very different than it is in the physical dimension, which is very linear. It measures. We can measure time, space, matter in very specific ways in a physical realm. But when you leave the physical realm of experience and information, how you experience and measure time and space changes. And again, we can go into a whole other discussion on that, but we're not going to right now. I'm told to just dial it down from there. Okay. Wonderful. I see that. Hi, guys. Beautiful day. Someone's asking here, will I get married ever? I'm single. Yeah, I can see that. Not with that energy. If you're like, will I ever get married? That energy is not going to do it. Emotion is organizing all of your experiences. You're going to hear that said over and over and over again on this channel and on these live events. Emotions are organizing all of your experiences. And if you're not able to moderate and regulate your own emotional energy, then the world will do it for you. The TV shows will do it for you. Your teachers will do it for you. People around you will moderate your emotions for you. We're seeing that as a big problem in the woke movement, where you can't say that to me. They've got no control over their own emotional energy. And it's not because they're bad people. They're just under the illusion that they have no control over how I feel. And that's not true, guys. Your emotions are the substance that's creating your experiences. And you bring emotions into your life from previous lifetimes. You even carry the emotions of your mother and father in your DNA. And you can be predisposed to behaving and acting and experiencing certain things and creating certain things. That's why this time of awakening is so important, to awaken yourself, the awakening of your soul. I'm so grateful to have all of you people here today. I'm truly honored and privileged that I have this opportunity to share this information and the wisdom of the Ascended Masters, angels, guides, and other multidimensional beings, and your loved ones. It's truly an honor and a privilege to do that. And I hope that you guys will come and join me again on tomorrow at about 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we will be doing our discussion and meditation. I'm not sure who's coming in, but they will be. I know. Hang on, I'll check. Just see if somebody sent a message through PayPal, because I don't check that very frequently right now. But you can also send a message to me via PayPal as a single question. Let's see here before I go. If you do send a question through PayPal, please keep in mind, if it's a personal or private question, please make a note when you send the question, personal or private. And then I'll know to answer you directly, not live online. But for those of you that would want your question to be answered live online, because there's no way to get to all the questions that are here, you can easily use the Linktree link in my bio on TikTok or below any of my videos on YouTube. Click that Linktree link. It'll take you to the option to ask a question through PayPal for a small donation, anywhere from $1. And you can ask your question that way. That's the other option for you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So I'm going to take one more question, and then we're going to head out today. Well, I'll take two more, one from YouTube and one from TikTok. So Wonderwall is asking, is there a possibility that having a blocked chakra would cause a lack of sexual desire? If I tune into you, yes, it can, absolutely, but not necessarily. There are those who have elevated their consciousness sufficiently up that the need for sensuality or sexuality is not necessary, because the evolution of the soul and the reunion with the divine is more important than simply being localized to a physical body. The realization of yourself to your divinity can ultimately be more important than sexuality. And so you may wish to consider this, recognizing that, are you in pursuit of your highest understanding of yourself, or are you simply here to experience the temporary and the short term of the physical world? All of you are, but the element of sexuality and sex is often a very short-term experience of bliss that goes very quickly. The consciousness can be elevated sufficiently enough that that is not necessary, that you become the bliss rather than seeking the bliss. And there are many of you that are on that path of becoming the bliss and not seeking the bliss. Wow. Thank you for asking that question. Really, really appreciate that. Super question. Someone saying, seriously, I've had a problem trying to subscribe before now. I wonder what the problem is. I'm not sure. I will check that out. I will see it because you're showing up on my feed right now, so there's no problem. Yeah, go to my channel and try again. You're very welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, Joy. I really appreciate that. Did we do it today? I don't know if we did that. Last question of the day from one of my subscribers on TikTok. Hi, Michael. I'm glad to see you this morning. Do I have any messages? Jennifer. Hi, Jennifer. Thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you for your question. Yeah, it's a message that's come up multiple times today, but so important. Grounding today. You need to electrically connect your body to the earth. So many of you do not understand this, but they're like, it's an urgency for you, Jennifer. Like, connect. I don't know if you've got a backyard where you can just lay your whole body out on the ground and not be disturbed by anybody, but you need to really let yourself be. Okay, they're saying if you can, go get a mud bath or go somewhere where you can immerse yourself in the earth. Master Jesus taught his disciples how to heal their bodies by immersing themselves in pools of mud. He called it the angel of earth. Letting the angel of earth heal you is what Master Jesus called immersing yourself in mud like that. It's called letting the angel of earth heal you. Then there's also the angel. He taught about the angel of air, the angel of water, the angel of fire. But again, you'll hear those that from him. Okay, I get it. Time to go. Excuse me. But thank you for your question, Jennifer, and everyone. Much love. Please come join me tomorrow at 10 a.m. for the discussion and meditation. I don't know who's coming with me tomorrow, but they'll be coming tomorrow. I want to wish you all much, much love. And again, I want to thank all the beings that came present here today. And I wish each and every one of you a joyful and a wonderful day. Bye for now. Thank you too, YouTube. I love all you guys. Thank you so much for coming. Drusilla, thank you. Katrina, all of you, much love. Bye-bye.